الله لا إله إلا هو له الأسماء الحسنى.
الحمد لله نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنهم فتية آمنوا بربهم وزدناهم إيمانا. وقال تعالى في مقام آخر: وما هذه الحياة الدنيا إلا لهو ولعب. وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: سبعة يظلهم الله في ظله يوم لا ظل إلا ظله: إمام عادل، وشاب نشأ في عبادة الله، ورجل قلبه معلق في المساجد، ورجلان تحابا في الله اجتمع عليه وتفرق عليه، ورجل دعته امرأة ذات منصب وجمال فقال: إني أخاف الله. ورجل تصدق بصدقة فأخفاها حتى لا تعلم شماله ما تنفق يمين. ورجل ذكر الله خاليا ففاضت عيناه. متفق عليه. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. رب زدني علما، رب زدني علما، رب زدني علما، رب زدني عملا، رب زدني عملا، رب زدني عملا. My dear respected elders, brothers and sisters who are listening to my speech, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I quoted and read hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, which has been collected by Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim and other muhaddithin too. This hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam is on authority of an Abi Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: سبعة يظلهم الله في ظل يوم لا ظل إلا ظله. The 7 people or 7 category of people who will be in the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on that day, which there will be no other shade but except the shade of the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who are these 7 people or 7 categories of people? One, remember in the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam and Quran Kareem, the rule regulation is normally that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam first audience is what? Men, males, rajul, rijal. And in that the audience also mukhatabins are what? The ladies and the females too, automatically. Sometimes the Sahabiyat have made a complaint to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't mention us. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned them: innal muslimeen wal muslimat wal mu'mineen wal mu'minat wal qaniteen wal qanitati, to keep them happy too. But automatically when the mukhatab is a mudhakkar, is a male, but automatically the female is meant in that too. So in this hadith, which I'm going to try to explain whatever time I have, maybe today or maybe next week too, but Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says the 7 categories of people will be in the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on that day, where there will be no shade except for the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who are these 7 people, 7 category of people? First, bear in mind, Quran says, وَمَا هَذِهِ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا لَهْوٌ وَلَعِبٌ. This worldly life is just a game. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, هذه الحياة الدنيا لهو ولعب. He used two words, lah wa laib. Laibun wa lah. Both of them are used in different places. What's the difference? Some games has benefits to them. When you do, it's a lot of time consuming, but you will have either mental exercise or physical exercise in it. Like if you're doing exercise in the gym, or you're playing football, or you're playing tennis, you do any game or cricket, as long as you don't miss your faraiz and you do everything according to Shariat, it's not haram. It's permissible. It is permissible if you stay in the boundary of Islam. So games like that are la'ib. That has some kind of benefit either mentally, either physically. Some games, alright, in this worldly life has no benefit at all, besides waste of time. Playing on a PS4, PS3 or PS5, playing games, on the computer, beside waste of time is nothing else. And it does affect your mental health too. So that is called law, waste of time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَا هَذِهِ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا لَهُ وَلَعِبٌ. This worldly life is just a game. Quran says is mata'un. It's got benefits, it's enjoyment. But the enjoyment of this worldly life is not for eternity, it's temporary. All the enjoyment in this life, look, being young, being young, until you are 15, 20, 25, 26, you're young. Being in that age, is that forever? Without even realizing, you get a Buddha old guy. So it means even enjoying the young age, being a teenager or young age, that's not for eternity, that's temporary too. Enjoying food, like you like food, we like food. You can eat something today, alright? You can eat something tomorrow again. You enjoy it, but that's not for eternity. You can't keep on enjoying the same thing again and again. No human being can enjoy eating the same thing again and again. No one. If I say that eat just lamb every day, you eat it for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, then the third day you say we need to change it. We need a new dish, fish. Eat fish every day, you can't do that either. The same category of fish you can't eat every day. Eat the same category of rice, you can't do that. You want to change it. So all the mata, the thing in the worldly life is temporary. You can't do that. I'll give you an example. When we were in madrasa back in Pakistan, when I was in madrasa, so madrasa time is tough time. So they don't have that much categories of food. So in the season, whatever vegetable they get free or whatever they get cheap, they just supply that, they make the student eat that. So I was in one madrasa and it was the cauliflower, gupi kadil. So I think for the whole 2-3 months, they just fed us cauliflower. Alright? Now when I hear someone say we cook gupi or cauliflower, I said no, Toba. No, I'm not gonna touch it. So I can still smell that cauliflower in my mind now. So I say that in this worldly life, the mata, the enjoyment is not internal, is temporary. But the enjoyment, of the hereafter is not temporary, it's eternal. Even ma bayna fakhadain, between your legs, the enjoyment of your between your legs, when you're married, that is not eternal here too. is temporary. When you're young, you can enjoy yourself with your wife more. As you grow old, you get less and less. But in Jannat, that enjoyment is eternal too. One human being will have the takat of 100 Jannatis. And he will be able to commence over 500 times with his spouse in Jannat, with his wife. But in this worldly life, you can't do that. Nothing is eternal, everything is temporary. That's what I'm trying to say to you, that everything in this worldly life, the enjoyment is temporary, is not eternal. You know, even our health is not eternal. Today, we are healthy. We can walk around, run around. Our knees are working yet. We can see without glasses, or we can hear without ear. Yeah? But do we know this is for eternal? No. We know it's not for eternal. We think we can do this all the time. This is all temporary. All this mata, the health and everything is temporary. The only thing which is eternal is in Jannat. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that if you want to go to Jannat, so is indication in the hadith I just read. And on that day, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, "An Abi Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu qala qala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, sab'atun yudhilluhum Allah yawma la dhilla illa dhilluhu." That 7 categories of people will be in the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning in the shade of the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which day there will be no other shade except for the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What will happen? That day will be how long? 50,000 years. We read in Surah Al-Sajdah on Friday in the morning, Fajr Salat, Allahu alladhi khalaqa as-samawati wal ard. الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وما بينهما في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش ما لكم من دونه من ولي ولا شفيع أفلا تتذكرون يدبر الأمر من السماء إلى الأرض ثم يرج إليه في يوم كان مقداره 1000 سنة مما تعدون كان مقداره 1000 سنة مما تعدون. That one day, the miqdar, the quantity of that one day and the length of that day will be 50,000 years. On that day, everyone will be running around. If they're not Muslim and not, if they're sinful, يوم يفر المرء من أخيه وأمه وأبيه وصاحبته وبنيه لكل امرئ منهم يومئذ شأن يغني. We know our children, we love our children. That day, everyone will be running from the children. We love our parents, we'll be running away from our parents. Spouse love each other, they'll be running away from everyone. Each other. The friends will be running away from the friends. That's how severe and hard is that day, and the heat of that day is so bad that everyone will be according to their amal, under their sweat. Someone will be drowning under the sweat up to the ears, up to the shoulders, up to the legs, up to the feet. This is how hot it's going to be. And that day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that 7 categories of people will be under the throne of under the shade of my throne. My throne. Who are they? Number 1, Imamun Adil. That leader, that responsible person who is Adil and just. Now, this means the leader of the country also. The leader of a certain place, the mayor, the councillor. Also, if a person is Amir, a leader of a small Jamaat, a small people, minor people, a few categories of people, of a few group of people, if he or she is what? Adil and just. Imamun Adil is Adil, Imams mean a ruler. A head teacher is fair with the teachers. The teachers are fair with their students. The parent is fair with their children. Imamun Adilun, a just ruler. All of these come under this. If a person is just, if the ruler is just, he will be under the throne of Allah subhanahu, the shade of the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment. First person is. Number two, Shabun nasha fi ibadatillah. A young person who has grown in what? Just worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Young means from this young youth age, he's worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he's coming to the salat. He's making sure that he's not missing any salat. It's not easy. If he or she are reading the whole salat and keeping themselves away from haram, it means they have to leave a lot of group members, a lot of people who they know. They can't hang around with those people who do not read salat, who do not give zakat, who do not fast. Because a majlis and suhbah, whoever you hang around, that will put effect on you. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Shabun nasha fi ibadatillah. A young person who's spending his youth, his young age, in worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يُذِلُّهُمُ اللَّهُ فِي ظِلِّهِ يَوْمَ لَا ظِلَّ إِلَّا ظِلُّهُ. Because that young person, either male or female, is sacrificing those things for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which he or she can do at that age. They can go and watch things that no other person can do. They can date around haram, but they sacrificing all that to please you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They can have all categories of drugs. Everything is available to them. But for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they know, I'm a worshipper of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and my worship is only accepted when I do not consume any haram. You know, if we consume haram for 40 days, our ibadat is not accepted. If we consume haram for 40 days, our ibadat is not accepted. So we can't be in that category. The youngsters cannot be in that category if they consume any haram. We know what's haram. We know khamar, wine, sharab. All these alcohols are haram. This is haram. And also the weed is haram too. The crack is haram too. The smoke is haram too. The naswar is haram too. The pan with tobacco is haram too. All these are haram too. And if we want to be shabun nasha fi ibadatillah, and we want to be in the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to sacrifice all this. When we sacrifice all this, we will come from those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put his shade. Yani the throne of the shade of the throne will be on them on the day of judgment. يَوْمَ لَا ظِلَّ إِلَّا ظِلُّهُ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you sacrifice that much, I will make sure you will be not sweating on that day. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. And that's one number. So number one is Imamun Adil, a ruler who is just. Number two, Shabun nasha fi ibadatillah. Number three, Rajulun qalbuhu mu'allakun fil masajid. Number three is that person that his heart is attached with the masajid, with the masjid. He comes for salat, reads his fajr salat, then he's in his mind, he's waiting, the Zohar salat is coming too. Then Asr Salat is coming too. Maghrib Salat is coming too. So he's waiting for all these Salats, and whenever the time kicks in or before the time kicks in, he's available in the masjid for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. رَجُلٌ قَلْبُهُ مُعَلَّقٌ. His heart is attached to the masjid for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not to show off. It's for ibadat in the masjid. إِنَّمَا يَعْبُرُ مَسَاجِدَ اللَّهِ مَنْ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. Quran says that those people who inhabit masajid, they're the ones who have faith on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who comes to the masajid, make the masajid abad. Look, we think so at the abad and the masajid are those, alright, which has beautiful chandeliers in them, beautiful air conditions in them, beautiful carpets in them. No. Real abad, ta'mir of masjid is the people come and read the salat. They enjoy worshipping inside that masjid. That is the abad masjid. Whatever you have, and you don't have people coming reading salat, you have a beautiful masjid, you have all the facilities, but there's no one reading salat. In Fajr salat, there's no one coming. So it means that masjid is not abad, it's not ta'mir. So the third category of people are those who has ta'alluq, relationship, and adjusted themselves with the masajid. That's the third category of person who will be in the shade of the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when there will be no shade except for the shade of the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَرَجُلَانِ تَحَابَّا فِي اللَّهِ اجْتَمَعَ عَلَيْهِ وَتَفَرَّقَ عَلَيْهِ. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the fourth category of people is the category of those people who رَجُلَانِ تَحَابَّا فِي اللَّهِ. A person who loves another person, who has a relationship with another person just for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not for dunya. He says this person is a Muslim or is a human being, and says, Ya Allah, I love him and I keep a ta'alluq with him, a relationship with a friendship with him, and I'm kind to him, I got good akhlaq with him, just for you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ittama alayhi wa tafarraqa alayhi. He gathers with him, he says salam with him, he sits with him, just for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number, this is the hardest. Why is the hardest? That we have relationship with ta'alluq alright, just for the dunya and my own mafad or my own benefit. If the person is benefiting me, I'm very good with him and I'm very nice with him. If the person does not benefit me, he could be a saint, high saint, he could be 5 times salat, he could be tahajjud, he could be qiyam al-layl. He's not benefit, I don't care. His akhlaq is that I don't care. No, love people for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Say this person is Muslim, this person is human being. Ya Allah is your creation. You have created him. There's defect in him, but because he's your creation, I still love him. I love this Muslim brother. He reads his 5 times salat. Maybe because of my ta'alluq on the day of judgment, he can intercede for me, do safarish for me. Not because he's from my clan, he's from my village, he's from my country. No, we don't. Inna Allah la yanzuru ila suwarikum. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, he doesn't. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not look at your shikl. Your face, why is your face black, white, brown? What is it? No, red, no. He looks at your heart. And all this different thing. يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم. That all this different, this person is this tribe, this country, or whatever. Alright, this country, this is لتعارفوا, to just recognize. إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم. The person who's high elevated in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the pious person. So, رَجُلَانِ تَحَابَّا فِي اللَّهِ اجْتَمَعَ عَلَيْهِ وَتَفَرَّقَ عَلَيْهِ. The fifth person is that person or that category person who has ta'alluq with someone just for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the 6 and the 7, I'll say that next week. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah rabbil alameen.
الله